We have two things happening in the Hudson River. I don't know if you people know it, but as a citizen, with my students, I've done something that only very few people in this whole country has done. Become a citizen and get a bill through the New York State Assembly and Senate and signed by the governor and certified by the EPA to make the Hudson River a no-discharge zone. I think that shows my ability to work nonpartisanly, work tough issues through, and there had not been a bill moved in 5 years out of Brodsky's environmental committee until we got that bill moved, because we created pressure with students saying that these group of active citizens who are totally often ignored, when you get them focused on an issue, they work tirelessly. But what's happening right now, we have 500,000 gallons of strontium-90 laced water. The Indian Point solution is dump it in the Hudson. And at the same time they're dumping it in the Hudson across the river, United Water, who is owned by Suez, who has an absolute purpose of privatizing all drinking water in this world, is put in without any opposition for an experimental desalinization plant to test whether we could take the PCBs out and the now strontium-90 out of the water so that we could use the Hudson River as a privatized source of water for United Water Company. Why aren't you out there fighting this?
Because
you're supposed to be a defender of this.
Okay.
We have a crisis here. We've lost 4,000 men and women in Iraq ostensibly because we're addicted to oil. New York State has to serve as a prime example of a progressive state that will take on the ability to produce its own energy within 10 years. How can we do that? Take a ride to Oneonta, take a ride to Binghamton. Huge farms, totally abandoned. Wind farms. Jobs creation through a sustainable development of policy of energy. We've done studies and studies at this at Pace University. It's feasible, it's economically important, and in terms of the reduction of jobs, what we're asking for in energy is the decentralization of energy. Tom has always worked for the centralizing agents of energy production and utility production. We need to decentralize it. We need to decentralize it with tax credit for putting solar hot water and solar energy on rooftops. We need to become the state of the union that's recognized as the producer of turbines. Tremendous economic. Instead of buying them from Europe, we produce them here in New York, and we make those turbines. We make jobs, and we make jobs for installation. In terms of water, digging wells is a very important thing. We reach into an aquifer, but it's very problematic of having a well and a septic close to each other. We should take as much effort as we can to have a unified septic law in the state of New York so we can draw upon the water that is given to us by nature. So there are changes that can happen. The LEED certification for building is a federal guideline.